Hello everyone, my name is Sheffrey and welcome back for episode 14 of the Satisfactory series here on YouTube. In this video we're building a versatile framework layout to carry us through endgame, plus a bonus hallway blueprint at the end. I'll even try turning on Lumen for a second. Thank you all for the support and help with the series so far. Let's jump into it. Episode number 14. Look at us. Look, who would have thought? Who would have thought? Here we are. The channel has been growing much more than I ever really thought it would, so I just wanted to say thank you guys again for all the support. Welcome all the new subscribers, and welcome back everyone who has been supporting the series so far. I appreciate you all being here. Today we are going back to building. It's going to be some versatile framework coming out at 10 per minute. I think that should be enough to get us through all the stages. I believe you need 2,500 for this phase, and then I believe for the next phase you need about 10,000, if I remember correctly. So 10 per minute should be fine. Obviously, by the time it'll build up, no problem. It should take maybe a couple hours at 10 per minute to get 2,500, and we'll have quite a few things we're doing to fill our time in between that. We are nowhere near completing phase 3 yet. There'll be quite a few episodes still to go for that. Just a reminder though, I do have a road building episode coming up where I did want to do like a Q&A sort of thing, like I'm sure you've seen other YouTubers do in the past. So feel free to start leaving any comments on my videos. Just, let me know that you want it to be included in the Q&A, and I'll try and pick out some good ones and I'll answer them and build a bunch of roads, and that'll be an episode. But anyway, today, like I said, versatile framework. And then if we have a little bit of time left over, I'm going to start building a hallway blueprint because we should be able to unlock the reflective concrete now. We needed plastic for. I don't have the tickets on me right now, but I just want to check. It is under foundations. No, it's not. It's under customizer. It is the coated concrete material. Which we needed plastic for. So now we can actually start building with that. I can start building some of the actual buildings I like. And I'll start putting together my hallway design. If you guys see, if you look in the community tab, I think that's what it is. I'm a little new to some of the YouTube stuff. I posted a picture showing the difference between having Lumen on, or global illumination turned on versus turned off. And it was showing like a hallway design I was working on, and I'm gonna see if I can maybe work that into a blueprint somehow. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll give it a try at least. Yeah, let's go over what we're gonna need for the versatile framework build. So we are going to need 2 miner Mark IIs. We're actually going to split off from the one coal miner that we have already, because in order to make versatile framework, we're going to need coal and iron. We're also going to need 4 smelters. You're going to need 6 foundries. We're going to need 11 constructors in total, 7 assemblers, as well as your storage. We'll do 3 just like we did for the other one. Or did I do 2? I can't remember now, but I'm going to do 3 for this one. And that's everything. I mean, aside from all our belts and splitters and murders and all that fun stuff. So let's go run around, gather up some materials, and I will meet you guys over by where our very first coal plant was. I've actually set a platform up for us already over there. So I'm going to gather the materials, and I'll meet you guys over there. Hello. You just having a little dance party up there by yourself? Yeah? You having a good time? I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. I'm gonna flashbacks walking past this place. If you know, you know. So here is our massive concrete platform I put together. Just so we were ready to go, ready to build. And so we're going to be making use of these 2 iron nodes right here. They're both normal. We're going to need one outputting 240, and the other one can just put it 120. And then from this miner up here, We're going to need to be outputting 360 in total. I need 240 for this build, and then 120 to keep this this power going. But I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to shut this down for now, so I can clean up this thing and make it a little bit nicer, have it coming down, and I'll just end up probably running it along here and split off what I need. So let's go over here, turn off all these machines. We can deal with the loss of power for now. Actually, you know what? Here, this easier way of doing this. Well, actually no, because then there's still gonna be. If I just disconnected the power, it would still keep burning everything, and then it wouldn't be backed up the way I want it to be. So I'll just turn them off for now. I believe we can handle the loss of power. We are getting a little close to our power cap again, so I'm thinking at some point we're gonna have to figure out more power, whether we set up another little coal plant or maybe we'll have to do some more fuel power. I'm not really sure. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it should be fine. Totally fine to turn this whole thing off. Thankfully, we have enough power overhead at the moment. Stick my hand through the rock. Okay, so let's fill these in. We'll have to make sure we leave some of it exposed so we can put the miner onto them. So I'm going to send them both up that way. The one obviously is going to have to be facing towards me, so let's grab our miner Mark IIs. I don't think there'd be space there. Let's just check. I mean, it'll be tight, but I think it'll work. Because I don't want to merge these together if I don't have to. What other way could I face it? Like, what if I face it this way? And then I just loop it around. I think I'm going to do that. And then this one, I'll face out the opposite direction. I'll send it behind and then up. Yeah, let's do that. One there. The one here. Make sure it's facing this direction. And then fill the last one in. Alright, fill this one in too. So, this one I'm going to set, or is set to do 120 parts per minute. This one I'm going to overclock to do 240. So this one is going to feed the foundries, and this one is going to feed the smelters. 4 smelters, 6 foundries. Let's disconnect this coal line for now. Should have room in my inventory to hold all this stuff. I do. Excellent. Get this all cleaned up here. Okay, so to start cleaning this up, I'm going to take away the miner and we're going to put it up onto some platforms. Have our 4-meter foundations here. Up on top here, that little bit poking through is okay. The miner should cover that up. So grab miner Mark II that I just took away. I'll send it directly that way. Yes. We're going to send it out and down. Switch to Zoop. There we go. Take out these trees. Pick up these bushes. The trees should go. Excellent. I'm going to have to move all these power lines and everything as well. It's totally fine. So what I want to do is I want to bring it out here. And I'm going to send it straight down using a lift. And then I'm going to run it probably right along the side here. And I'll just split off what I need down there. And then I will run the rest into that factory and turn the power back on. And boom, just like that, we have a little platform down there. Filled out this way. And I filled this all in with concrete foundations going down. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to send a lift. What's it going to be? It's going to be a lift Mark 3. No, it's going to be a lift Mark 4. We'll send it up here. Because this needs to put out 360 parts per minute. So I think I have to put in 2. Nope, just 1. 360 parts per minute. So it's good. If we ever need a little bit more, I know I can take some from here. So minor conveyor belt Mark 4. Why not? Oh, is this coming up? Oh, I meant to make this reversed. There we go. Now it's set to reverse. Feed that directly into there. Uh-oh. Let's go. We have this bad boy. Oh, okay, so that will bring up my coal down. We'll bring that straight out this way. Put that there for now. I'm actually going to lower this down. Is this level? I don't think this is level. Yeah, it's not. Okay. So I'm just going to bring this down now. Some 2-meter foundations. Get rid of these leaves. Let's put these on here. Then I can send it out. I don't know why I made this so big. It's literally just for the one belt, but I'm trying to get used to starting to build big things. Okay, so I'm actually going to fill all this in right here. So it looks like it's all connected. And I need to send 120 coal this way, so cut a tree down. And it goes into there. So I'm going to send this down one more. Not yet. Build one more. Can I snap to this, please? There we go. Good enough. Now I'm going to come down. Actually, can I just do like a... I'm going to make it at least closer to that level. It looks like it'll get me close. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty close. Something like that. Fill all this in. I'll leave some of this empty so I'm not wasting materials. I want to make this look, I want this to be presentable. Can I get up? Nope. I'll have to make myself a way up. Hiya! Force my way up. Okay, I want to take these out. That's fine. How do I do this? This would be... So just put... Put in some ones. And then a 2. And then we can put the 4s back on. And then I'll make this all concrete. Oh cool, I can still use the custom swatch while I'm parachuting. That's funny. Sometimes it doesn't snap to what I want it to. There. Hiya! I was like, hopefully I can get up here. Alright. There we go. That's a massive concrete platform now. So this only needs to be 120 per minute. So I'll just do a Mark II conveyor belt. Right there. And that's where our one coal has to go to. So maybe if I set the splitter up like right here. That's a merger. That's a splitter. Input from here. So I'll bring this down and I'll line it and I'll go right into here. And then 240 can go up this way. And 120 can go down this way. So we'll set our belt up like this. That'll feed the coal. Let's bring it down actually. How far can I bring this without a support? I'm assuming probably not much further than that. There we go. Coal coming all the way down. And then I'm gonna need a Mark II conveyor, or Mark III conveyor belt, I should say. Any lift here? Probably not. Okay, so hopefully it'll just go up like that. I maybe could have used a lift, but let's see. Let's see if I can use a lift and make it a little cleaner. No, it looks like it'll go too high. Yep. I'll have to bring it down again. So we'll just bring it up normally. Just like that. So that is our coal. Oh, I still gotta change some of these to concrete. Make it all look nice and even. So now I'm gonna want these to come up. So maybe I'll switch it around. This one can be the 120. Oh, I did. Okay. Oh, I did set it up that way. Okay, good. So conveyor belt Mark III to a lift Mark III we'll put over here. We'll put it right here. Not reverse, just normal lift this time. I think that's tall enough, but let me check. I need to make my way up there somehow. That works. That was not high enough. What do you know? Okay, so that's the lift through the 240. So that'll be 240 iron and 240 coal. So we can start setting up our foundries right here then. We'll go, because this should be able to feed right into splitters. We'll set those right there. That should work. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I actually, you know what? I think I have a better way of doing this. So if I go too far this way, I don't know if I'll have enough. Yeah, I should have enough room. Okay. So that is 5 and 6. Because I still need to do 4 smelters as well. Oh, I can't like... Well, I mean, I guess I can kind of line them up. That's close enough. 2, 3. Okay, I gotta add one more line over here. 4. So these are all get set to 100%. They're all iron ingots. So we'll just paste all those together. And then out of your 6 foundries, 2 of them have to be downclocked to 70%. So we're going to do steel ingot. It's my solid steel ingot. I wonder if that's better. I wonder if I should start using the solid steel ingot at some point. I think the thing is, it would be like this, except I have to smelt the iron before it goes into the foundries. So let me know if you think solid steel ingot is a better recipe. But yeah, so 2 of these are going to be down to 70%. Depending, I did my math correctly, because I think it was 1 downclock to 40%, and I was like, well, I could just split that 60 into 2 30s. So that is both of those, and then steel ingot 100%, 100%, 100%. 100%. Actually, you know what? I could technically split that even more. So if I take these 2 30s, so go 15, 15, and if I set these down as well, so it'd be 85%. Yeah, 85%. Is my math wrong? Probably, but so 4 smelters. So 15%, that'd be 30, 45, 60. Instead of 1 downclock to 60%. That makes more sense, I think. You could probably split it even more if you wanted to do like the really specific calculations, but it should be fine. So we're gonna need our manifold line set up here. Let's set up the one for coal first. Oops, wrong one. These are actually going to get fed like this. These are all our smelters, right? Yeah, so these are going to get fed like this. I'm going to have the input coming from the bottom here. And these ones are going to turn face like that. Now, this is going to get fed by 120, so these can be conveyor belt Mark IIs. And then Mark 1 conveyor belts feeding all the machines. And then I'll just wait until daytime and we can resume building. I'll just finish hooking up the belts in the meantime. Alright, the sun is up. We are back. All I did was I connected up the coal line here to our manifold system. And then I also connected the 2 belts to the 2 lifts here. So we'll have our 120 iron coming up this way and our 240 coming up through here. So we need to finish the manifold line here. I'm going to send them in from the back here, at least this first one. Let's do the 2 stack. I believe they should be far enough away that this will work. They do? Okay. So let's do the same thing all the way along here. However, we'll turn this one so the input is facing to the left. Scare that lizard doggo out of the way. Yeah, we'll just do some lifts. Why not? So, same thing. Make sure the input is facing the left. There's enough space for lifts, right? This is the real test. That doesn't have to be mark 2. Just mark 1. Nope, that is way too close. Let's just do it the other way. Easy way. I put them too close this time. I definitely gotta left myself more space, but... So, these conveyor lines, to connect them up, and that's our manifold line, will be mark 3. And then same thing along the top here, you're going to want to connect them all together with mark 3 conveyor belts. And then mark 1 conveyor belts from the top splitters into the lower section here. And then that'll have to be this one. That I'm hopefully going to turn, run down this way. Let's do it like that. Trying to line up with that, but it's not showing a green line for some reason. So I think it's probably there. Back 2 from there. Yep. I don't know why it wasn't showing a line for me. And this one, mark 2 conveyor belt coming out from here. Make sure we turn it. And I'm just going to send it all the way down the line here. Yeah, I definitely could have given my splitters there a lot more space. Instead of running this all the way down, I'm going to just reverse this line here. Autosave. Accidentally deleted those. So get rid of these conveyor belts. Swap these splitters around. That one's actually going to be here. And we're going to turn this the other direction. Same thing going down. There we go. And a mark 2 conveyor belt between these. I feel like I'm really starting to get a hang at like regular building. I mean, obviously not fluids, but I feel like I'm starting to get at it. And the more I do math, hopefully the better we'll get at it, but you never know, right? Oh, that'd be funny if he just got zoomed along the thing. Okay, so that should be everything. All of those are connected except for this one here. This needs a conveyor belt mark 3. But everyone else is connected, right? Looks like it. Okay, so let's power on the coal miner, and then I can actually power all these back on. So let's grab some power from this line here. Make myself a power line all the way up here. Guess I don't really have a way up there, do I? Should I build a hyper cannon? Do I have what I would need? I might actually. But I feel like I need to get up there once to at least put the hyper tube up there, so I guess that doesn't really make sense. Put my ramp back in, I guess. Do I have ladders yet? I don't have ladders yet, I don't think. No. And we'll put in some stairs. Where did that... I was like, where did that go? Alright, stairs. Oh, stairs that went way too high. Stairs that go to the moon. Good thing I have half foundations. Got lucky on that one. Okay, so power up here. There we go. There you go. Just empty out first. I don't know why it keeps... It'll be fine. But, okay. 360 parts per minute coming out of there. Should start flowing down here now. Perfect. It's going to feed into this splitter. Nice. Some's going to go that way. Some's going to go this way. I think this will only pull 120 parts, because I think it wants to split evenly, but I think this is only going to pull 120 parts per minute. So I think these can go back on now. The line is still all preloaded, so it should be okay. Okay, there we go. The miner up there is going to go in and out for now, but that's okay until we get these all finished up. And hook these up to power as well, just so they can get going. We're still a ways away from hooking the whole thing up, but just get them preloaded for now. So now we're gonna have to set up all our constructors. So I need 4 constructors all doing beams. So I can bring all the beams over here to the left. We'll set it up from here. So I'm gonna go 4 constructors here. Go 1 space for the manifold line, bringing them over. 1 space for the manifold line to feed these. So these can go right here. But face the right direction. Perfect. So we need 4 of those. Actually, I can make this even cleaner. Ready? Like this. Save a little bit more space, I think. Actually, will this actually... This may actually take up more space in the end. So I need to add a whole bunch more going down that way. Yeah, let's just face it the normal way. One, two, three, and four. All of these are going to be doing steel beams. All at 100%. This bird needs to move. Go away. The next two are going to be doing rods. So we're going to send... What's this line up with? Smell, that's okay. So 1, 2 for rods. Two for screws. And 3 for plates. I have just enough room. How perfect was that? So if you want to shift it over one, you definitely could. But that worked out nicely. Okay, so these 4 were all beams, right? That makes these rods. These are cast screws. And these are plates. So all 3 plates are going to be down. What on earth? Hello? Oh, I didn't even see you there. There we go. Problem dealt with. Sorry, these constructors are going to be turned to 76.666%. Make sure my math's correct on that one. Actually just changed 7. Sorry, my math was incorrect. 75%. 15 because I need 45 per minute. So 15 and 15 is 30. Another 15, 45. So set them all to 75%. Who's shocked? My math initially was incorrect. The screws, we only need 90 per minute, so both of these can be set to 45. Or both at 90%. I did do that one math. I mathed that one correctly. And then both your rods are at 100%. Why is there always one of these in my factories now? It's like building a factory spawns them in. So from here, we are going to have, actually no, on this side, sorry. In front of the ones making the plates and the screws, you're going to want to put in 2 assemblers. Let's put them here. Actually, I can push it forward a little bit. I do hate that the grass is there, but I couldn't build any higher, and I didn't want to build all that one higher just for this one spot. So this is totally fine. Actually, you know what? I will just cover it up with the assemblers, because I only need 2 assemblers here. And then let's line it up with at least one of these outputs. on the... Actually, yeah, we got space here. I can shift this over. I'll line up with one of these screws, or this plates is fine too. Oh, I've nudged too far. Only get a certain distance of nudging. Okay, so if I put that there, that puts them on the right-hand side. And then I won't have to cross anything over, because this is the third one, right? Okay. Actually, I guess I have to cross over a tiny bit, but... So there's two assemblers. Both are going to be set to 75% as reinforced iron plates. %. I'm going to color code this one screw. Actually, I'm going to color code all of it. This is screws. Or I'll leave it like that for now, just so I know which one's coming out of where. And then these are rods. Rods are just going forwards. Which means maybe I should just turn these. Yeah, I think I'll turn these ones. So they're over here. And then I can cover up this grass. 1, 2. Reinforced iron plates. 75%. Copy settings. Paste settings. Okay, there we go. I like that better. So now we're going to send, because these are both going to come over here. I'm going to get merged together actually. Merger now, just so I know which way they're going to come. I think that should be fine. Right in the middle of them. With a Mark 1 conveyor belt feeding into it. Oops. So those are my reinforced iron plates. So now I've got reinforced iron plates, I've got rods, and I've got steel beams. So the rods get combined together with the reinforced iron plates into 3 assemblers doing modular frames. So let's put those here. I'm going to line them up with one of the rods over here. Is that enough space? Actually, leave myself enough space here. We're getting close to the end here, so I have a little bit extra space to play with. So that's one of the rods. Let's go 1, 2. Can I fit a third one here? It's gonna be too much of a squeeze. Oh, you know what? I think I can tighten this up a little bit. I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to merge you to here with the output going like that, because that'll be a cleaner line to feed those 2 machines now. And then now can I fit a third one? Oh, it's the conveyor belt. Okay, so what if I shift this back 1? and merge it from like here. Just like a real tight merge. Just like that. And then maybe I can fit a third one in here now. Perfect. Space saving. Okay, so there has to be a splitter right here. Just like that. Mark one conveyor belt in between them. So this is going to be my manifold line of reinforced iron plates. Actually, here, I'm going to change this. So it's not so like right up against each other. Let's feed the rods in first. So rods, splitter from this direction. Should be close enough. I'll have to nudge these. I might have put these forwards or backwards. Let's test it. Hang on. Yeah, I think these need to go. These need to go one forward. Like that. Okay, that should work better now. So, splitter here, input facing me. One there. Turn the other one. Is that line with hole? Sure is. Left hand side. And then left hand side. This is going to have to turn. So the output goes to the, where's those? I didn't put that close enough, did I? Don't know. Oh, no, I did. Okay. There we go. Because we're going to have to lift this one up. And then bring it back down. So a merger with the output facing towards that splitter. That's for the rods. There's our rod line. I'm gonna need splitters. Alright, I gotta take these out real quick. Splitters facing, the inputs facing from the right hand side here. Stack them up to 3. Actually, this one is going to get turned. So the input is facing where I'm standing right now. And then you're going to take out these bottom ones. You put Mark 1 conveyor belts in between them. Now we're going to lift. What? There we go. Oh, what a perfect 90-degree turn. Snap those all in. There we go. Now we can put the manifold line back in for the rods. So that's the manifold line for those three. Are not set up currently. Reinforced iron plates, and everyone is 75%. Or sorry, I misspoke. These are modular frames at 75%. I think I've been saying the wrong thing this whole time. Modular frames. Wouldn't be a Chefry episode without a mistake, right? Modular frames everywhere. So that is the manifold line for the modular frames. It's because these make reinforced iron plates, so I keep getting myself all tripped up. Oh, and the modular frames are actually supposed to be at 83.333%. See? Typical. So put that on everybody. 1.67 per minute. 1.6667 per minute. The reason for that is we want to put output 5 per minute. And that just splits them all evenly. You could dial it down so they're more not random numbers, but this way they'll be all fed evenly. And then from here we have our final two assemblers, which will be doing the versatile framework. So I think I might actually do them like right. So I'll set, if I can send the steel beams up this way. Or maybe I'll put them over here and send, and I'll, yeah, okay, I'll do it like this. We'll grab our two assemblers. Make sure that's in the right spot. I want to make sure they have enough room. Where did it have to be? So in the middle, it has to be one in from the line. So yeah, like that. Here we go. We got one. I put this in. Is that a little bit too much of a squeeze? A little too much. We'll bring it over here. 2, 3. Or sorry, just 2. Just 2. Versatile framework, 5 per minute. Versatile framework, 5 per minute. That's 10. That's everything we need. So how are we going to connect these two together? Let's make our merger line here. Make sure it is facing off to the right. Mark 1 conveyor belts between everybody. These things all move so slow that it's pretty much all Mark 1 conveyor belts right now. So we will do splitters. This one will be for the modular frames that come out of here. Almost said the wrong thing again. What do you know? Perfect 90-degree turn. Mark 1 belts everywhere. I will do the lifts here. So I need to make sure my input is coming from the left, right? Yep. Left. Left-hand side. Get rid of these 4 splitters on the bottom. Put a Mark 1 lift. Put a bunch of Mark 1 lifts, actually. Sorry, I was struggling there. Brain was having a moment. Like that. Mark 1 conveyor belt. Mark 1 conveyor belt. And then mergers everywhere for these guys. Make sure my output is facing, where is that? This boy right here. And we'll grab the rest of our mergers. Output facing towards me. These can also all be Mark 1s. I think, right? 15 is 30, 45, 60. Yep. 60 steel beams. Okay, so now we're just kind of working our way backwards. I'm going to set up the rest of our manifold lines. So we'll grab our splitters here. From this foundry, we'll feed it over here and down this line. So like 1, 2, 3, 4. That's for all the steel. So 60, 120, Jesus, 180, 240. That is a Mark III conveyor belt. Mark 1's feeding into the machines. So mergers over here. Output facing over here to me. I want to link all these foundries together. So how much do they output? 45 a minute. So this would be 45. Whoa. Something happened where I partway through shifted everything over. So actually this one was right. I didn't need to take this one out. That was my bad. So make sure everyone's facing that way. So Mark 1 can go here, and that would make this 90. So this will be a Mark 2 conveyor belt now. And it's still Mark 2, I believe. Now it would be Mark 3. And it should be Mark 3 all the way along. Otherwise I'd be really confused. Here we go. That is the steel manifold line altogether. Now this will be our iron manifold line. We'll set splitters all the way along. Make sure the output is facing away from me. I want to see if... Is this in the center? Yes, it is. Okay, this one needs to move. So this is our iron manifold. Oh, did any of these line up? This one does. Perfect. Guess what? You just got volunteered to be switched directions. Input facing me. Oops. Wait, what is... Oh, that's why. I was like, why is that happening? Because I turned this one. Needs to face this way. My bad. Okay, so feed all those constructors with Mark 1 belts. And this has to be a Mark II conveyor belt to feed all these machines. Because this is 60 and 120. So now we're going to set up our merger line with the output of this one facing towards me here. And then we're going to turn this one just like that. I thought that was in the wrong spot. Is that right? That's right. Okay. So connect all those up together. These autosaves are killing me. Might have to turn down the frequency of them. So that would be 60 coming out of there. So Mark II conveyor belt here. I think that's everything, isn't it? I mean, aside from the power. Let's do a quick little overhead. Oops. Quick little overhead here. We can kind of go over everything. I think that is set up though. So we've got our 6 foundries all making steel to send to there. We got our 4 normal smelters making our regular iron to feed all these constructors here. Ah, that's the one I forgot. Right here. Got to feed the line for these 2 assemblers here. So I should have enough room. Hopefully. Hopefully I've left myself enough room here. If I go merger. How can I set these up? So I think I'm going to lift the screws up. Like that. And then hopefully I can put a merger up here. There, that should be where it would clip into it. Does that give me enough space? Sure does. It's gonna be a little tight, but I'll make it work. I think I had to connect those together. That's fine. This isn't going to be quite as clean. But I don't have the extra room, unfortunately, to set this one up perfect. So these are my screws together now. I'll just join together our, whatever these are called, plates. Going that way. Just a Mark I conveyor belt feeding these. So now we got our splitters that we'll have to set up here. I want to make sure I have enough room, so I may actually have to set them, the ones coming from above, I may have to set them a little further back. But these ones can just be set up right here. Just feed into there. I want to do the same thing, but I'm going to stack them up into a 3. Oh yeah, those are way too close. I'll have to set those like probably back here. Might be, that's probably too far. Yeah, happy medium. I like right there. That's probably it. That's how I'll test it. Yep, that'll be it. That's the one right there. Oh, same thing here. Stack it up to 3. This is going to be a conveyor belt Mark II because we're going to be moving 100 screws per minute. Wait, what? Oh, I faced this the wrong way. That's why. I was like, how come? There we go. So now I can connect those up. We're going to get a Mark I lift hooked up to those. And then I'm going to need to somehow bring those over to where I'm currently standing on. So I think... Can I nudge these on? Oh, I can. Perfect. Aha. Okay, so I'm going to turn it to the way I need it. So input coming from the right. Then we're going to nudge it into position. Stack it up like that. Mark II conveyor belt between those. And in here. I think I did it. It's not the best, but it works. I mean, if I really wanted to, I can even do this. Straighten this up a bit. Splitter. Nudge it 1 towards me and then 2 over. I think I deleted the wrong one. Then just make sure they're your Mark II conveyor belts. There you go. That's straightened up now. Okay, so that was not thought out entirely properly. I had so much more space I still could have used towards the back, and I didn't have to squeeze that in together so much. But I think I like it. I think I like the way it works. And I think it should be 100% efficient. And everyone is, I'm just looking over it now. I'm like, did I actually connect everyone up this time? You're all feeding into those constructors, which those constructors are all doing their thing. God, this is such a mess, but it works. Hopefully it's not terrible to follow along with if people want. I definitely probably would have shoved these over a little bit more and then nudged these out a little further as well. But it did end up coming to like this side's really clean. Like the steel into the constructors into the final part, that's really clean. I like that. But it's definitely my first time setting up a versatile frame factory too, so. Okay, let's hook up some power. I'll just remain flying for this part since I'm just sticking power poles in places. But, I mean, as I'm always going to say in every episode, you guys have any tips on how to make this better? Please let me know down below. Or if we're all learning together, then that's fun too. I can't wait to get into some of the bigger builds though. Oops. What? I think one of the things I'm just kind of waiting for in terms of like doing bigger builds is making sure I have all the like logistical stuff unlocked. So like the highest level belts, the highest level miners, and then I made splitters and mergers and everything are always going to be the same. So, but I think once I have those set up, then, once I have them unlocked anyway, and hopefully a decent access to them, then I'll start maybe setting up for some of our like major mega projects. Everything we've done so far has been very, very small in comparison to like what we're actually going to be doing. I'm just going to go ahead and hook up all these to power. Now, if you're aware, when you set up manifold lines of like small amounts of items, it can genuinely take just the longest amount of time for your system to get backed up. So something I like to do to help even that out is whatever we're making, like outputting, if it outputs really slowly or really a small amount, I'll just take a stat. Like if I already have it some made, which I more than likely do, I'll just take like a stack and I'll throw it in there. Like these reinforced iron plates, I'll probably come and load these up. I usually like to load up every assembler, just so it actually kickstarts the line of everything. Hopefully that makes sense. I feel like I just explained that really terribly, but... Okay, so power line over from here. I'm gonna run it down the back here. But these two can get hooked up from here. That's not terrible. Then we'll run a power line back for all the things back here. Here's your hookups. There you are. Power to all our assemblers here. Trying to get this done before nighttime, but I think the sun's going down. Make one more over. About there. Those are all connected. Oh, I think that's everybody. Okay. So, what am I going to need to grab for cranking these on? Modular frames, reinforced iron plates. Everything else should be okay. Modular frames, reinforced iron plates. Okay. I'm going to kick it on now. Actually, I'll go grab that stuff and then I'll wait until daytime to kick this all on and we can go over everything again. All right, good morning. I've taken the time overnight to, I went ahead and threw a little bit of things into each machine. Threw some steel beams in there, some rods, some screws, some plates, reinforced plates, modular frames. Everything's all kind of ready to go now when these are hooked up. The first thing I want to do though is I want to kick on our manifold line for all our smelters. So those can actually get going. So let's kick those on first. So that'll start feeding all our iron, all our coal in, and that miner can stop going in and out on me. So we got all our iron feeding down here. That flows into these 4 smelters down here. This iron right here is these 6 foundries. We got the coal spilling in, and the excess goes in to feed our power line down here, which is perfect. We're feeding in the exact amount of coal that's necessary. And this actually kind of helps with the splitter because this can only pull 120 per minute, which is exactly what it needs. And then it can send the rest of the 240 off down this way. Really tripped over my words there. So as per usual, you're going to see the end ones kind of going in and out for a little bit until they can get fed. See if I can take some out of here and fill them up manually. So we'll start with this one. Move on and then just start moving down the line. Because once these are backed up, they'll just start kicking more and more iron and coal down the line. No one's outputting anything right now because all the machines in front of them are currently backed up. It's actually kind of nice because once these stop outputting, it'll actually kick everything down the line and it backs up even faster. So I'll put those in there. So that should be everything. We'll hook up the rest of the power in just a minute. But we'll go over it one more time. So you have 240 coal and 240 iron ore flowing into here to feed your 6 foundries that are all set to do steel ingots. Those steel ingots will then feed over into here to do the steel sheets. Steel beams, I mean. I don't know why I call them sheets. All of them is doing steel beams. Then you have 4 smelters feeding a total of 7 constructors, 2 of which 100% doing rods, 2 of which downclock doing screws, and 3 of which, 3 of them are doing plates, all of them downclocked as well. So we're saving a little bit of power through this setup too, by instead of having everything at max. Then that feeds into 2 assemblers, making yourself reinforced iron plates, into 3 more assemblers doing modular frames from the rods and the reinforced iron plates. And then the modular frames and the steel beams feed together to the very final end here, where we still need to put on our, while those backed up, let's go ahead and put in our storage system. So we are going to go, we're going to send them both over here and make a use of this space. I don't know. I don't think I'll need a smart sink. I may add one a little bit later on. Awesome sink, I should say. These shouldn't back up too quickly, and if they do, I'll just come in and empty them out and put them into the space elevator. So we'll grab our 3 storages for now. Wait for it to autosave. I think just so I have room, I'll go 1. I need more steel beams. Luckily, I'm pretty close to my steel plant. So yeah, we're gonna want to put 3 down here. So let me go grab the steel beams and we'll put 3 down. Okay, we got our 3 storages down. So now we're just going to put in our merger line. Just like this. 1 merger, make sure the output is facing off towards the storage there. Mark 1 conveyor belt in between them. Or feeding into it, I should say. And then I will put in a smart splitter in case I ever want to add a sink. Right there, is that in the middle? Right there. Mark 1 conveyor belt. We'll go left, any, center, any, right output, overflow. And then I need to reverse this storage bin. Feeding like that. And then that way I can add an awesome sink over there if I ever want to. Okay, sorry. Now everything's working. I actually had to just downclock this one a little bit more, down to 35. I was making 3 too many per minute. So I just downclocked this, and it's only doing, this is the first one on the line, 35.25 instead of the 38.25. But that is, that's everything now. It's 100% efficient. The line has balanced out very nicely. Something small is kind of going in and out, it looks like. But I believe that is just one of these. These constructors right here. They are needing more iron. Which this is outputting plenty. It's just they didn't get backed up enough, so. That is our 100% efficient, versatile framework factory at 10 per minute. We'll go ahead and take that off our to-do list finally. I think I have just enough time left over at the end here that we can at least start our hallway blueprint. So I'll see you guys back at the hallway. I'll see you guys back at the blueprint constructor. Okay, I am back over here at the blueprint constructor. I typically like to make my hallways 3 wide. So that it gives me a little bit more. Actually, I'll cut this part. And just before we get started on the hallway blueprint, I'm going to go ahead and grab the last few things I'm going to need from the shop here. We're going to grab coated concrete foundation. Grab a couple other things here. What else do I need? We will also need from the architecture nothing. From the walls, gates. I mean, I don't actually need these for the hallway, but I'm going to be using them at some point. The quarter pipe, that's what I needed. The quarter pipes foundation set. That's the other thing I need. So now we'll head on over to the blueprint maker. I don't know if I have any plastic in my inventory, so we'll grab some plastic. I do have plastic. Okay, we're fine. So let's head on up our tower here so we can get our top-down building. So I'm going to grab foundations. I'm going to set them to... It's a hallway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a 1. I'll send it all the way down. Silly Chef needs more iron plates. Okay, so I'm going to start with those 3 on the bottom. We're going to make them normal concrete. And then I'm going to put another one on top. And this is going to be the coated concrete. Oh, I can't do that? Or did I not? I bought it, didn't I? Wait, how do you make a coated concrete foundation? Didn't I buy it? Yeah, why is it not? Oh, there, it just wasn't showing up for some reason. That was weird. Okay, so now we can make it coated concrete on top, just like that. We're going to grab some walls. We're going to start with just your basic 2 on, or basic 4s along the bottom. Another one. And I'm going to put in the 1 meters. So we can give it a split. Let's see why I do this in a second. And back to the 4-meter walls. Too high on top of that. And concrete walls. Oops. Not the little ones. The little ones stay fix-it walls. There we go. I'm going to add... How did I do this last time? I think it was 1 more wall on top. Then you go to the foundations, the inverted quarter pipe. Or did I have it one down? Maybe I just had it one down from there. No, that's normal quarter pipe. Inverted quarter pipe. Let me take a look at my picture I took. Yeah, it was just one. What's the one up from there? I don't know why it's being weird. There we go. We're gonna make these concrete as well. And I close in the top. That's the part I don't really remember. Probably just do 2 meter foundations across the top. I made it. And then this would also all be concrete. Higher up than my tower now. We'll hop down here. Yeah, so my general idea, I can't remember exactly how many I wanted to leave in between, was that those doors that I bought, this automated gate thing, my idea was that they'd be like this. Take the walls out. Oops. Was the gates would be like that. And then from here, we grab the big concrete pillar from underneath this, directly underneath this one. Oops. Make sure it's set to zoop. I don't know why it's not zooping. There we go. So that would go right there. And same thing on the other side. Oh. Just like that. And then we grab the small concrete pillar. And right where, so it can clip into the item. That didn't go up high enough. Do that from down below. Right there. And same thing on this side. I don't know if that's high enough. Let's make sure by going out the back. Oh. Those lags that I get from the autosave are crazy. Okay, and then little beams. You go in there, please. Thank you. And I have to add in the other ones later on, but how did I do this last time? There was like a way I got it to like sit in here properly. Maybe not. Maybe we'll just not do it by the doors. And then there'd be little label signs. Go What do I need for making these? Crystal? Yep. Thankfully, I have a bunch. And we put in the label signs. Like that. Doesn't matter. They're upside down, but that doesn't matter. Hallway floor light. Nothing there. Mission strength all the way. For the text, I don't think that's a big deal though. There. So that's how you turn a sign into a light. I'm just going to copy those and paste them onto here. Is the base of the hallway floor lighting. So this is hallway with a door. That's everything I have for now, right? Yeah. So I also like to put billboards up top for lighting, but I don't think I can make a billboard right now. But yeah, they literally sit right there, right smack dab in the middle. Actually, I might have that stuff to make one. Do I have any crystal oscillators? I have 4. I need 5. It said, right? Let's make 1 oscillator. So I can make my large billboard. No, I need the copper sheet still too. Okay, let's put this large billboard up top here. Right in the middle. Reconfigure it. I'll just fly up there, it's fine. Configure, select colors. These I'm going to set more just white. Set them to more like a bluey white actually. I'll call this light blue light. Light blue light. No image. Mission strength. Give me like 2. This is pretty bright. There we go. Now you don't want to. I think they made it a little better now to where they're like the more. Oh, they can still see. Okay, so you have to take shenanigans off. I think they made it better now to where, like the signs don't crash your computer quite as much now. But you definitely want. I think the one thing that will affect computers the most in this game is the amount of signs you end up using. So, if you want to dial it back a little bit, you're more than welcome to. But I think this was the hallway that I really liked. I'm going to try turning on global illumination for just a second so you guys can see why I chose to build it this way. And I just won't move. We won't move. Look how nice it looks. Especially when it's like more closed in, you get a lot more of a glow from down here. Yeah, this is what the hallway looks like with global illumination on, and I really like it. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do too, I'll just turn global illumination back off, is one of those strips is actually going to get turned black. So we're going to go to colors, custom swatch, and the top strip is going to be black. Not for any particular reason. I just think it looks cool. I think it's like the good like fix-it colors. I did think about adding in like a blue stripe, and I was like, no, I really like just the orange and black. I think it looks kind of like industrial too. So that is hallway with door. Now, if I take off this and this, and we put in that wall, grab the metal beams, just like that, grab the label signs, pop those in. Oh, can I set them even lower? Ooh. Oh, well that just disappeared, so I don't know where that ended up. I'm gonna have to go find that. Okay, so we'll paste these on and then we'll go find where that extra sign ended up. Probably on the outside, I would imagine. But anyway, I think I will end this episode off here with this nice, beautiful hallway section we just built. Because I'm a little over, I'm like a couple hours of recording this now. So, but thank you guys again for. And why is this clipping together? Why are these clipping? Oh, it's the concrete pillar that's clipping. Yeah, that's fine. You won't see that anyway. Yeah, thank you guys again for and actually you want an easy way to hide that completely. So yeah, I'm gonna end that off here, guys. I appreciate you guys being here with me today for another episode. Don't forget to start giving me some questions down below on any of the videos coming up, including this one that you would like to see included in a Q&A portion. It can be Satisfactory related, video game related, it can be anything related if you just want to get to know me a little bit. And I'll pick some really good ones to answer while we make a bunch of roads. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.